Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HALACHA. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, first day of November, 23rd day of CHESHVAN. We're going to finish up our unit today on Netilas Yadayim, washing your hands, and some laws you need to know about them. We were discussing with you yesterday about a ring and whether you have to take off your ring when washing for Netilas Yadayim. And the general answer was generally it's better to take off your ring before Netilas Yadayim. But if it is a ring, I don't know how many of you are in this category, but if it's a ring that you never ever remove for whatever reason, then that ring will not be called a chatzitza. Okay? If you have a lady who only takes off the ring when she goes to the mikvah, otherwise it's always on, that's pretty much considered like it's always on, and she would not have to remove it for Netilas Yadayim. But all of us other people who pretty much have a ring, might have a ring, but will take it off, then it's best to take it off when washing Netilas Yadayim. Okay, what about Band-Aids? If you have a Band-Aid over a wound, really protecting it from bleeding or pain or infection, then believe it or not, you can leave that Band-Aid on according to halacha, and you can continue with Netilas Yadayim. You just have to make certain that the rest of your hand does get the requisite amount of water poured on it, and it won't matter if the part under the Band-Aid didn't get washed. That's probably surprising to some of you, but a Band-Aid, if it's protecting the wound from bleeding or pain or infection, then you just have to wash the rest of the hand and you're fine. But please be careful about this. If the wound is healed and the Band-Aid is just on because you just left it on, then it is a problem. It's a problem so much so that even b'diavad, we've explained that to you, that means even after the fact you washed, but the Band-Aid was on your finger unnecessarily, then you will have to wash again. Just before we close out our unit here on Netilas Yadayim, I'd like to ask one of my favorite questions on it and give you a quick answer, and that is, most mitzvahs, we usually make the bracha right before the mitzvah. Like if you put on tefillin, you make the bracha right before you put on tefillin. And strangely, when it comes to Netilas Yadayim, it seems that we are making the bracha after the mitzvah. Why is that? And the answer is really interesting. We actually are making the bracha for Netilas Yadayim before Netilas Yadayim. Let me explain what I mean. I know you wash your hands first. The reason you wash your hands first is because you want your hands to be pure before actually saying the bracha. But we do fulfill that technicality of having the washing, the bracha happening before the mitzvah, because the mitzvah is completed when you dry your hands. And so if you wash your hands, make the bracha, and then dry your hands, the drying your hands completes the mitzvah. So the bracha before drying your hands is actually the bracha before the mitzvah. You might not have known that, and now you do. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.